Hello and welcome back. I'm Tara.
And I'm Kira.
And this is the Bougie Book Pod. And if you're watching it on video, really apologize. I feel like I look like mush today.
I feel disheveled.
I feel so disheveled. I know in my brain I am disheveled. I am back to school. School is schooling. My hormones are hormoning. I'm PMSing. I'm sweating. I just feel all sorts of off. I've been having headaches constantly. But one thing that is good in my life, it is this book and this series, and it makes me happy. And today we're talking about Heir of Fire. That was quite the intro.
That was.
I think it was my best one yet.
I think so.
Yeah, so Heir of Fire is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. It marks a pivotal shown tift instead of a tone shift. Wow, it really does. Things are getting more intense. We are introduced to a lot more characters. They're all like on their little map, their little dots going further and further.
Literally.
And like everything is getting, everything's building up.
Yes.
So this story splits into multiple point of views and geographical locations. Don't ask me about any of the places. I hope you have that one.
I think I've got them.
As Celaena Sardothian embraces her true identity as Aelin, you do it.
I always say Aelin Ashriver Galathinius.
Good. That sounds good. Heir to the throne of Terrasen. This book, like I said, introduces new characters, including Rowan Whitehorn. Told you this is gonna be rough. Whitehorn. Is it Aiden?
I say Adian.
Adian. Okay. I've been saying Aiden, Ashra, whatever, and Manon Blackbeak, who has become my favorite character.
Oh yeah, love
Even though I haven't finished the book, so I don't know if she ends up being the character I think she is, but I had hopes the minute I met her that something special was happening. Yeah, so that's where we are. We've got all these new people. Celaena is now Aelin.
Thank God.
She's accepting that, and she is, well, she hasn't fully accepted it yet.
No.
But
she's having a moment.
She's on her way. Yeah, she's on her way to popping into that body. But there's a lot of trauma involved in that.
Yeah.
And I think shame too.
Yeah.
So on Goodreads, when I last checked, it had a 4.47 star rating.
Yeah.
I gave this a 5-star rating. I wrote that I literally sighed and wanted to hug my iPad when I finished. In the round that I read it through, my words are wrong, but this was my favorite so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think because everything just ramped up and we had all these other new players and new pieces coming in, it just really got me excited. And I was just kind of like, what on earth is coming next? Like, big things are coming. I can feel everything shifting and changing. I was scared, but I'm also hopeful. And it just made me wish that I was as powerful as this chick, that I could fight against tyranny and evil.
I remember really liking this one and Queen of Shadows.
Yeah.
Like, really strong. I mean, obviously, like, towards the end, I like those books a lot. But, like, yeah, this one was heavy.
It was just so much more exciting. Like,
yes.
It didn't let you down from the last books that you read. It just, everything's amping up and things are making more sense. And the big bad is getting more evil, more intense. And it's just kind of like, these people are going to play some significant role, but you're not sure in what capacity. Are they good? Are they bad? Everything's
building, which is really interesting to me because I'll read some later once we've talked about it. But a lot of people on social media and a lot of the reviews, they can't, I'm not saying they can't handle the build-up, but they're just so like, oh, this feels pointless.
Oh, get to it.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm going to stop the series now. And it's like, this is creating like the back half of the series.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. But yeah, this is a heavy character development book.
Yes.
I know from a lot of people when they read it, I mean, I definitely experienced it too. I had to trust the process with the Manon chapters, like, okay, I know this is intentional. Everything Sarah does is intentional, so I've got to get through it. But a lot of people are like, can I skip these? And
they just want to go back to the people they know. But I typically am like that in books, but for some reason with this one, the minute I met Manon, I was kind of like thrown a little off kilter, like, oh, what's happening here? Because her intro is so like violent.
Yeah.
She's part of the Iron Teeth Witch clan, and they're just nasty group of women.
Yeah.
And I think she makes comments like, like eating men or like, craving blood and things like that. Like they don't have to do it, but it is mighty delicious.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
You're just like, dang. But they have no love for each other. There's a loyalty in terms of like they have to be loyal to their sisters, quote unquote.
And like a hierarchy.
Yes. And like they respect that. But at the end of the day, if one of them were to do something that stepped out of line of what they follow, they would have no qualms of just like chopping her head off.
Yeah.
And so it was just a really brutal group. But yet somehow, and I can't tell you exactly what it is, there's like these tiny little moments with her where she's thinking something and it automatically feels different from the thinking she's supposed to be thinking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so like those little tiny clues, and I was like, I think she's gonna have a big arc, a big change.
Oh yeah.
And so like the whole time that I've been reading about her, I'm just like waiting for it. I'm like waiting for the moment. I know you're gonna turn good.
Yeah. And I will say, I feel like with any book I read, when the chapters are like this, I fly through it.
I love it.
Because regardless if you don't like one person's point of view, you're always trying to get to someone else's. Yeah. Or like if you do like all their point of views, you're like, oh shoot, yeah, that's right. What happened to you? Let's keep reading. And it just keeps going. So yeah, you've got Aelin, which I'm calling her Aelin from here on out.
Yeah, okay.
Thank God, that was hard. So we've got her sent off from the main continent that I don't know how to pronounce. So we're just going to keep it like that. By Kale. He's thinking he's a genius.
Yeah.
So she's over there and she's hanging out and she's drunk and she's getting into trouble and she's on a roof. And I just love that. Yeah. I think people say like in the bad reviews that Aelin's a spoiled brat or whatever. And I'm just like, this girl's been through some shit.
She's human.
Let her have her drunk moment.
She kind of reminds me of like in Bridesmaids, Kristen Wiig, how she's just all like, she falls apart at some point. And she's like at her absolute worst.
This is it for her.
That's what she is in this moment. Yes. Like she's been sent to Wendlin on a mission for the king. I'm doing air quotes here, to assassinate the royal family. Like that's what the king's mission is for her. And she's like, yeah, sure. But she has no intention of doing that. She has basically been sent to like the homeland of some of her people.
All she wants to do is get to her aunt, have her aunt tell her about those word keys.
Yeah.
Get
her
back
aunt, who, by the way, she has a very strained relationship with, because I think I don't know if it was in this book or the other book, the one after this, but you do learn that her mom kind of kept her from this aunt.
Yeah, and I don't know what book it is.
Yeah,
too, but
sorry.
You do learn that.
But she's not like excited to see her aunt. It's just like, I need answers, and she's going to be able to give it to me. And her cousin is also a part of this area, but she's nervous because she's been Selena for so long, and she did horrible things as Selena, and so she's wondering, will she be accepted? Like, will they be mad that she lived the way that she did and didn't really like uphold her family legacy, I guess you would say.
I loved witnessing like the rebuild of her.
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't like tough to watch her go through it, but because you're like, okay, the series wouldn't go on if you didn't pull through and get this together. But and a lot of people complained about Rowan, which like in the beginning it's tough. I wouldn't even say tough love, because there's no love. He's
disgusted by her at first. He's like, what? Who is this? She's the one who we have all our hopes on.
Because he literally found her on a roof, isn't he?
Yeah, drunk. She's dirty. She smells. God. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure she needed a shower badly, but they didn't have time for her to stop and shower, so they had to like keep like going on in their little mission on their walk to wherever
Mistward.
Yeah, to go to the queen, and he would barely talk to her. She's kind of nasty to him.
Yeah.
And so he's nasty right back. And immediately you love that.
Yeah. It's giving the playground vibes again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will say, so, Rowan, if you finish the series, you have opinions on it. If you like this book, whatever. But correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not like punch her in the face within like 24 hours of meeting her? Like they're just off.
I think so. Yeah, he hits her real hard.
For me, it just starts off so aggressive.
Yeah.
Not like literally, but also literally, that you knew like, oh, this is gonna be something good.
Yeah.
You were like,
sure. You know that there's going to be some sort of mending at some point because there's no way they can continue to hate each other at this level.
But he was the best thing for her. That's what she needed.
She absolutely needed somebody.
This was her intervention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tough, but like get through it. And it just happened to be a very physical intervention.
And it was like, no one's going to feel sorry for you. There's a lot going on. So she's emotionally broken from Nehemiah's death still, which I know you were like, get over. But she's also kind of upset that she's hurt Dorian in a way because she chose Chaol, and so he's still butthurt about that. And then, of course, there's the heartbreak of Chaol because she kind of blames him for Nehemiah's death, but she's got like these mixed feelings, but then he sent her away. So she is dealing with a lot, not to mention all the things that we learned about in Assassin's Blade.
Yeah.
But this is where Rowan finds her. He's a tattooed Fey warrior, so he's got...
I've never found face tattoos attractive.
No.
Until him.
Honestly, when I'm reading, I don't even picture it on him.
Yeah.
But I've seen the pictures of like fan art, and I'm like, okay, I can be down with that.
I'm fine with
he's
that.
Probably the only one, but you know, he's got the ears, and so he's not afraid of being Fey in this world in which most of them are. But he also is living in a different area where it's okay-ish that they're kind of separated. So he's basically, his mission is to get her to Queen Maeve. Maeve, okay, and that's her aunt, and he serves her. Mm-hmm. And when she meets her, and we'll talk about that later, basically he's like her babysitter now. Maeve is like, you're gonna train her, you're gonna get her ready for what we need. She needs to learn about who she is.
Maeve is not impressed by Aelin. She's like, you can't channel any of your Fey abilities, any of your powers. Like, I'm not giving you any answers until you get your shit together.
Exactly. She's like, if you want answers, you have to be your true self, I guess. And so Rowan doesn't seem too thrilled about this job, and she ends up getting like placed in like kitchen duty.
I know, which I was actually back on the page. I want to say the page where she actually starts kitchen duty. Mm-hmm. And for some reason I thought she was like asked to do kitchen duty. But when I was rereading it, it sounded like she chose to do it. I don't know. Cause like right here, it's like let Rowan think she was spoiled and selfish. She was, but she wanted sore muscles and blistered hands to fall into bed so exhausted she wouldn't dream, think, or wouldn't feel much of anything. So what did she do that on purpose to like avoid having downtime?
You know, I don't.
Because for some reason I thought she got put into kitchen duty.
My memory is, I don't know if they assigned her that specifically, but my memory was you're not just going to train and then relax. You're going to have a job after that. Like they did tell her she would be working and training. Yeah. There wouldn't be downtime. And I think they did, well, Rowan, I think, did that on purpose because she couldn't handle downtime. And I think, when she was saying that, maybe I'm wrong, but I think when she was saying that, she was in the mindset of like, I'm going to show him that doesn't bother me. Yeah. Yeah, okay, give me the hardest job. Like, I'll be great at it.
Yeah, because it looks like here, Rowan, he's there when she gets introduced to the kitchen duty people. Mm-hmm. And I also forget she uses a different name of the kitchen duty people.
Yeah, she doesn't want them to know who she is just yet. It's not Selena, it's another name. We can't keep track of all these names.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Aelin.
Oh, that's the name that Nehemiah gave her.
That's right.
Or something like that.
The only reason I was rereading this page is because I was just getting what the people were thinking about the book. And someone on TikTok tried to say that this page 81 has an Easter egg. Is that what they call it, or just an egg?
An Easter egg. It's just an egg in there.
I don't know.
An Easter egg.
She gets into,
you know, like you hide them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just an egg. She gets introduced to the kitchen duty people and whatnot, and then she's looking at the giant hearth, and there's ancient stone, and it's carved with symbols and faces, and she's like looking at these figures, and she says She quickly looked away from the two females in the center, one crowned with a star and armed with a bow and quiver, the other bearing a polished bronze disc upheld between her raised hands. She could have sworn she felt them watching her. And it moves on. People try to say that this one is hinting at Feyre. One crowned with a star and armed with a bow and quiver.
Oh.
Because she was...
That was like her weapon. Yeah. That's how she got...
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting because that's so random. And I don't read like those people read clearly.
Yeah. I don't know because, I mean, I'd have to look at publication dates, right?
Are we pulling strings?
I think so. I don't think she had Feyre in her mind while she was in this series.
Are we pulling? I can't answer that for you.
Okay.
Sorry. But, you know, is it one of those things where, like, now we're looking
for things we want to find?
Yeah.
Okay. Heir of Fire, hold on, was published September 2nd, 2014.
Oh, it was definitely published before, but you'd be surprised. What book are you on?
What?
What book are you on again? You're doing tandem.
Yeah, I'm in the tandem. And then oh, that's not ACOTAR. That was Avatar. Oh my gosh. ACOTAR.
I remember I looked it up, but hey.
We've looked this up several times.
Yeah.
It says 2015. Oh, that's just a year later.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she did have that already in her mind. Well, then my question is, riddle me this. If she's doing that, is there ever some sort of crossover? Or is it just like, you know how Disney always has those little Easter eggs, like when you're watching something and you'll see a character watching another Disney movie, or like somebody's wearing like a Pizza Planet shirt, and it doesn't mean like they're going to have a crossover with Toy Story, but they're just referencing like, hey, this is our world.
There's not a crossover in this series.
Okay. There's
a reference in this series.
Oh, there's a reference in this series.
Yeah, but it's not this one that I'm talking about.
Oh.
So that's why I wonder if whoever posts that is onto something, or if like, okay, there's a reference later on, so now we're like trying to find the other stuff. Whereas Crescent City straight up has a crossover.
Oh. Okay.
According to my friend who read it.
Okay. This is so exciting. I'm just going to use it as like the Disney Easter eggs right now.
Yeah,
we're just referencing, hey, little tug here on this world. So, okay, so she's got kitchen duty. Do we want to talk about her kitchen friends?
Yeah, I really liked Emerus, is how I say it. Emerus, the older gentleman who like runs the kitchen, and then Luca. Emerus just gave me the vibes of like, I'm like almost grandfatherly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm gonna give you that life advice. And there were a couple times where he's very blunt with her, and even with Rowan. Like there's a quote that I had. I don't know if I actually wrote it down. Oh my God, 13 pages. I don't know if I didn't write it down, but he's like, he tells Rowan like, dude, she's broken.
Yeah.
Like she needed someone to help her, and you're just like stomping on her still.
And it's funny because you get the sense that when Rowan is walking around whatever this like little township it is that they're in, people respect and fear him, and no one speaks to him in any other way than like being submissive. Yeah. But this guy, I guess he's so old, and he's like, what do I have to do?
He still calls him Prince, I think, in the quote.
But he speaks plainly to him, you know? And you also learn later on that he always knew who Aelin was. Yeah. And so he was trying to drop like these subtle hints and like give her a little bit of history without telling her that he's giving her the history.
They call him the storyteller.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Was he the storyteller? Or was it his husband who was the storyteller?
Oh, I think it's Emerus.
Okay. Because I know he has a husband who like shows up.
Malachi, maybe?
I think so. And then Luca, he's like a young...
I picture him like a dishwasher.
Yeah, but he's like a warrior in training. He's kind of like got like stars in his eyes. He's hoping that like something will pop off for him soon, and he'll move up from the kitchen to something else. And Emerus is really cute. He feels like he really looks out for him and has him under his wing.
I love them. I don't know where that came from.
Oh,
she's okay.
Okay.
If she's too bad, I'll go grab her. But...
Okay. So, at first, Aelin is, very standoffish with the two of them, but I think very quickly she does have a respect for them, at least for Emrys, for him being, an older gentleman, but also being so kind to her, but also they give her space.
Yeah.
They don't bombard her and ask her and make her talk to them. And then she starts to feel protective of Luca as well.
I think kitchen duty is almost like therapeutic for her after her days with Rowan.
Yeah.
Just like, not saying it's like mind numbing, but just knowing what to expect each day. And like you said, having the space to just relax, but like work at the same time. So she's not like, her mind's not going everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and she needs it. And then also sometimes there's some good food. And Selena, Aelin, whatever her name is, she likes food.
Yeah,
she likes to eat.
So we want to dive into Manon?
Sure.
I don't know, I'm just following.
So, we talked a little bit about Queen Maeve, who seems like a biatch, by the way. But Manon, she's introduced as an Iron Teeth witch, like we spoke before. She's heir to the Blackbeak clan. So her grandmother is like the ruler of them all. And so you get the sense that Manon is second in line, or the next in line. And just because she's next in line doesn't mean Grandma treats her any better.
Oh no.
Grandma is brutal to her.
That was rough.
Very like, you need to be a witch. You need to be the kind of witch that's expected to be. And she basically tells Manon that we have struck this new agreement with the king of Adarlan, where he's going to give us wyverns, and we're going to train to ride them and work for him. And at first, Manon is like, why would we ever make an agreement with some king? Like, you get the sense that they don't need alliances. They don't do that normally. So she's already starting to question, like, where is this coming from and why would we ever?
Aren't they promised to get the waste back?
Yeah, that's what it says. Like, the land that was taken from them from like centuries ago, that they will get that back. But Manon is kind of like, really? Like, that's like a for real deal type thing. She's suspicious of it, but she is enticed by the idea of, one, flying, and then two, getting that land and kind of going back to where they originally come from, and having this sense of like, yeah, this is our place.
Yeah, and it's really interesting with the witches, because the three clans, there's three, right?
I believe so.
The three clans want to absolutely kill each other any second opportunity they have.
Yeah.
And it's almost like their little side quest feels like very like team competition, like, they're like
yeah, a little.
It's like a reality show, and it's like you're sent off to this place and you have to do these challenges. It's like it's giving Survivor, but like witch and wyvern like type vibes. Not like they vote anyone off, but just they have the cafeteria where they're eating together and like all this stuff, and then they have their competition challenges.
And the tension is so high because they all want to murder each other, but then they have to follow these rules. Like, you cannot do anything like that unless something like you can be provoked. Like, so there are rules in which they can get away with killing each other, but they have to be provoked, and then like there's a whole trial and everything. So we get to the point, you're calling them wyverns, I was saying wyverns.
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever. little dragons. And they're being shown these wyverns that they have, and how they're training them and getting them ready. And the way that they're doing so is like they have ones that are like kind of defective, or who have been beat up a bit too much, or who have like a broken wing or something like that. And they use those poor dragons and just throw them in the pit with the others to kind of get them practicing, and like almost like a gym, like they're getting ready to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's how we meet this poor little wyvern named Abraxos.
I say Abraxos.
Abraxos. And I gotta tell you, if Manon was my favorite, Abraxos is the showstopper of this whole book. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you get to a part where they're looking for like the biggest, the baddest wyvern, and Manon is like, I'm going to get the biggest and the baddest because I'm the heir, and I am going to win this competition, and I'm going to be the leader. And in order to be the leader, I have to have the biggest and the baddest. And so they throw poor little Abraxos into this pit with the dragon. And this poor thing, I can't remember exactly how it went down. I remember texting you because I was just like, oh, Abraxos. Basically, she had to go in and fight with it.
Yeah, she had to save his ass.
But like at some point the big bad dragon was like turning on her, and Abraxos made moves to defend her, and she caught on to that real quick, and I think she cut his chains.
Yeah, they very quickly bonded.
They had like some sort of understanding immediately.
It was like you see Manon have a heart.
Yes.
And she can't sit there and watch it, so she goes in, she defends him, he defends her, and then they're like, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah, and Abraxos, this poor little like damaged dragon, he kills and defeats this big bad. And of course the grandmother is so pissed. Like, you're gonna end up with this little defective runt, but you just know it's just like the perfect little underdog story. And so he becomes hers, and he is not like the other wyverns. He is not bred for war. He's smaller, he's scarred, and he has like a badly scarred wing, so it's kind of torn. So
they don't fly for like ever.
He can't really fly or get up or or do certain moves. So she's got to figure out, how am I going to make this work? Because if I don't, I'm literally
and her
dead.
Grandma's on her ass about it.
Oh, and she's pissed. Yeah. And then there's all sorts of scenes where she's trying to train him or get him to eat, and he's just more interested in the flowers and the field, and he likes the smell of flowers.
He very much gives oh my god, what's his name from How to Train Your Dragon?
Toothless. Very much so.
He's like dog like.
I'm good. I'm just good here. But then I thought it was really interesting because there's a scene where Manon is like, he won't eat the food that the castle is providing for them, and then she also notices that like the other dragons aren't really digging the food, and she has it in her mind. And then I think she ate or drank some of the food in the castle, and she's like, this tastes like shit. Like, there's something wrong with the food here. There's something off. And so she starts going out and like hunting goats. And then she gets her 13 to do the same, and suddenly these dragons are getting stronger and better. And so you're already thinking like, what is going on in this castle?
Oh yeah,
like their food is contaminated, their water is contaminated. So again, it's just so exciting because all these little nuggets are being dropped, and you're learning about all these people, but then you're also learning like other things are happening, and then you're just wondering, how is Manon and the witches, how is this going to connect with Aelin, and like, what is the King of Adarlan, what is he planning that he needs all these witches and their dragons for?
It's just so interesting too, because the older grandmothers of each clan just accept it. Like, we're gonna take this deal.
Yep.
But then it seems like, I don't know about the other younger ones, but like the younger generation's kind of like, this isn't fishy to y'all. Like, there's something else.
And I want to point out her second in command, Astrid, because she stands out as she's super loyal to Manon.
Yeah.
We were talking about Astrid.
Yes.
And yeah, she's very loyal to Manon, and she does all the things that she's supposed to, right? But you get this sense that she's kind of, the best way I can describe it is I kept feeling like she was giving Manon a little bit of the side eye, like, like when you don't want to you don't want to say something, but you're trying to communicate it with your eyes, like, are you sure you're okay with this?
Yeah.
Because but she's afraid to say it out loud because there's all these rules. But you get the sense that her, and then also Sorrel, I get the feeling that the two of them were just kind of also doing a little side eyes, like, I'm not really down with this. Are you down with this? And I think they're sensing that Manon is starting to question things like she never did before.
But Astrid and Sorrel, you get the vibes that they're just like, but we're so used to this way, and like, I don't know, but I have to trust you, and like, okay.
Like, I don't want to die, and I know if I say something, you could kill me, and everyone would be totally cool with that. But yeah, you start to learn that, and I think also Vesta, who's the one? There's one that like knows a lot about history.
Oh,
she's like a nerdy one. I forget now. But she has like her 13, But the ones that stand out are Astrid, Sorrel, who's her third, but then there's Vesta, Lynn, and Briar, and I forget which one of them. One of them is like a nerd, and she's all into history, and she comes into play in the next book. But they all seem super, super loyal to Manon and not the grandmother. Like you get the sense that like if Manon were to break off, I think they would follow her.
No question.
Even though it could mean that they would die. And again, these witches are being introduced as like nasty, violent, not your fun hocus pocus witches, you know. But you're starting to love them, I think, as a reader, and you're rooting for them to go the right way.
Yeah.
Even though they'll probably never go all the way right way.
Yeah. And you don't know what is in their future or what's going, but you're like, whatever it is, I hope it works out for
exactly.
you.
Like I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. So those are the witches, and again, they really don't know the extent of what's going on in this castle. They just know that their job is to train these wyverns and be ready to fly out and cause havoc when the king says to. And so that's what's going on there, and you getting that story like back and forth between Celaena and Manon. And I think you get a little bit of Rowan's point of view, or is it really Aelin and Manon?
Dorian. You've got Dorian and Kale.
Oh, Dorian, that's right. I forgot all about our little prince.
Yeah, so you've got Dorian.
And Aiden, whatever his name is.
Yes.
Cousin.
So Dorian is back at the castle, the glass castle. He's figuring out how to use his little icy powers he has. Aiden, who is Ash River, Aelin's cousin, I can't remember where he was dinking around, but he all of a sudden presents himself like, here I am.
Yeah, and he's introduced as someone to be wary of at first. Like Kale and Dorian get the sense that he is with the king. He's wearing one of those black rings, and they don't trust him at all. Even though Kale knows that's Aelin's. Oh my God, there's just been so many names. Aelin's cousin. He doesn't trust him at first.
Yeah.
And you end up learning that the black ring is a fake ring. He had no idea what the real black ring was, but he knew and sensed that it made him feel icky.
Yes.
So he's like, I'm just going to make a copy.
Yes.
But he had a feeling there was something wrong with this ring.
Yeah. He's like, something fishy is going on.
Something's not right. So he was pretending to serve the king.
And he's always been loyal to Terrasen.
Yeah.
He doesn't know Aelin is alive.
Correct.
So he just wants to work to like get Terrasen back to what it was. And he also has Ren and Ren's dad. I can't remember Ren's dad's name.
Why did I think it was Ren's grandfather?
Oh, maybe it is Ren's grandfather. Ren and an older figure in Ren's family who are part of Terrasen.
Yeah.
So he has them. But you don't, like Dorian and Kay, like you said, are hesitant of Aiden. And honestly, like when I was introduced, I was kind of like...
You can't trust anybody in this world.
Yeah.
And right now, everything is so fragile with what Dorian and Kale know.
Yeah.
They know the king is evil. They know he's up to something bad. They don't know who is a part of it and who's not.
So they're rightfully so being like chill about it. And then Dorian... Okay, this is also an unpopular opinion. Dorian starts exploring his time with Sorscha, the healer. She's helping him understand his powers, taking iron supplements to help with things, yada yada. I mean, if you're listening, you've read it.
Yeah.
Shit hits the fan. The king's pissed. We can get more into that, and he executes Sorscha. Unpopular opinion. Okay, next page. I'm sorry, Sorscha, but you weren't in it long enough for me. You were in it less than Nehemia, and think about how I reacted to Nehemia's death. Yeah. Sorscha was in it in like a blink of an eye that I was just like, oh shoot, that sucks. And then I was like, okay.
Yes. I agree. I definitely had a reaction when it happened. I was like, oh man, and I felt bad for her because honestly, even though Dorian's like falling in love with her, I feel like it was a rebound. He just needed someone to feel like he could be honest and trusty.
Exactly. He's so vulnerable right now. He just figured out these powers. He confides in her, and it's giving, like, I don't know if there's a name for the trope, but it's like There's no one else?
Yeah.
Kind of vibes?
Yeah. So that whole time I was just kind of feeling bad for her because I'm like, at what point is she going to recognize that that's what this is?
Yeah.
She's just a filler
Yeah.
at the moment. But
like, I didn't want her to die.
No.
But she was such a filler and such a blink of an eye that I was kind of like,
she was.
But
you do end up finding out that she was like a spy, and she had been a spy for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And she was. It's funny because when you do get a little bit of her POV, she's kind of like, this is not good getting involved with Dorian because her job was being able to go in and out without people noticing her. People don't really talk to the healers and never asked her name before. And so she, I think, knew she was making a huge mistake, but she couldn't deny Dorian's eyes or something like that. But I think she is pivotal because, one, it gets him to stop thinking about Aelin.
Mm-hmm.
2, it shows him that there are other forces out there. There is a rebellion trying to somehow get through the castle and figure things out. And then 3, when she is executed, her head is cut off. It is so brutal.
That scene is very vivid.
It is. It's a very vivid, brutal, awful scene. And I think it's the last, I mean, no pun intended, but like it's the last line like that was cut for Dorian, that it's like, I am there is no me and my father.
Her character had a purpose.
Yeah.
I didn't connect with her character, but the purpose is very clear.
Yeah, the purpose is important.
Dorian's like, my dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
Kale sees this too. And you know how like Kale has been like wishy-washy, like, but I've always served this continent, and Dorian is, I'm here for Dorian. And he's just been like this, and then he sees this girl's head get cut off.
Yeah.
And
he's like, point for Dorian and the rebels.
Exactly. But, and I guess we can get into it. What happens after that is that you learn that not only does the king have these rings that he's been giving people, but now he has also collars.
Mm-hmm.
He collars Dorian, which gives Kale time to get away.
Yeah.
And later on, and I think it's more in the next book, he ends up feeling like a coward for like leaving him. But what else was he going to do?
Yeah. Kale would not have come out of there alive if he wouldn't have.
He had to run.
Yeah.
He had to run. And so what we learn is that the king, just like in the first book, using like different types of magic to... The weather's popping outside.
I did see that today was like a weather watch day or whatever.
Yeah, I know. Last night before I was coming here, I was thinking like maybe I should pack a bag and I can just go to Izzy's real quick, and I didn't do that. So that's fine. Everything's fine. When I left here, in case you guys were wondering, when I left here last time, I got caught in such a thunderstorm that, and it was wild because I was on the road and I could see it ahead of me. You just see like a dark gray, and I was like, whoa. And it was wild, like when you see the patches of like, oh, it's raining there, but it's not raining here. And like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I get in it, and no joke, Kira, it was a whiteout. The sky was like orange white, and then so it was bright even though it was cloudy. I know.
Like, wow.
And so like because it was raining, and like the lights from the cars and the light from the sky, you couldn't see the road, you couldn't see the lines. Everybody put their hazards on. I was driving 5 miles per hour. No. I had my head was like over the steering wheel, and I had to turn off my music because suddenly like
you have to focus.
You can't see when the music is on.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God.
I feel that.
I called Izzy and I was like, I can't see anything. And it lasted for maybe like 15 minutes. And then once I got to a little closer to my house, and I look behind me and it's black. It was wild.
The weather here is insane.
The weather here in Houston is wild. So anyway, so the King for Darlin, that was the weather.
He's got the car. Yeah.
The things I do for this podcast, I risk my life. So just like he had been trying to use magic to kind of like possess people to make them stronger, he has he's using the word keys to create these collars. And he's like testing it on soldiers and stuff. And he also he's opened a portal just in the way Aelin did to try and talk to Nehemia. And he's let in these things called the Valg. And what you learn, I can't remember if we learned this from Baba Yellowlegs when she was talking to Aelin, but she did talk about like this ancient group of like demon people who fought long time ago, and the word keys are what closed that door on them, and that like if they were let back in and any one of them had access to all three keys, like it's over for everybody. And so the king is starting that. He's opening it up for these things to come in. And so when you have that collar, it's like those Valg princes are possessing you.
Yeah, it's like they don't have a physical body.
Yeah, and they need a host.
Yes, it's a host, exactly.
And so now poor Dorian, his body has been taken over by one of these Valg princes. And so in his point of view, sometimes he doesn't really remember who he is, and then other times he's trying to fight for control back, but he can't.
It's like there's two voices in his head that you get. It's it's sad. It's very interesting the way it's done, I think.
Yes.
I do, as sad as it is, I like the way Sarah does that. Like him fighting for it. You get that point of view. I like that because it's easier than saying like, oh, there's someone in your body, like there's a host. Like,
and it's even sadder because he does things as this person and he is aware of it, but he can't do anything about it. And so these Valg are like these otherworldly demons. There's three princes: Erewhon, Orcus, and Mantix. And I think the one that we hear about the most is Erewhon. He is a big bad. And the king of Adarlan is summoning them. But it's interesting because at the time I'm reading this, I'm like, does the king really think he can control these?
It's, for me, and I can't, there's a reference I want to make, but I can't remember it exactly in my head, but it's, is it Harry Potter? I don't know. It's kind of giving like, oh, these really evil forces made agreement with me, and I like trust them, and I'm gonna get this, so I'm gonna let this happen. And it's like, you silly fool, like they don't care about you.
Exactly.
And that's what it feels like. The king is like, oh, I'm gonna bring them in, and like, I don't know if they promised him anything or like whatever he thinks is gonna happen, but he's like, because I did a good deed, they're gonna like pardon me.
Like I'm gonna be fine. Yeah, it's kind of like in Harry Potter when what's his face, the rat guy, he thinks that he's going to be all rewarded and everything, and Voldemort doesn't care about him. He's just a means
I think that's what I was.
And like that's the whole time I'm thinking there has to be something deeper, because we all know that the big bad is always a means to an end, and they're not going to supply somebody with something. So you're, as a reader, you're wondering about that. And back to Aelin, she's working hard with Rowan, and
he breaks her to the point where the power comes out, but it's like, who?
Yeah, like she has no choice but to push that out, because I think the biggest part is that she just doesn't want to be Aelin because she's ashamed of her past, and she feels like she doesn't deserve to be an Ash River or a Gallon.
But she's like forced into it because they get attacked, and like she has no options. And
isn't this the book she finds the sword? What's the name of the sword?
Oh, I don't know. Is it? It could be.
I think so. I think she finds that she's got like some sort of connection to Brannon, like her ancestors who originally fought these things. There was like some river. Again, it was feeling very Harry Potter with the Godric's, Gryffindor's sword or whatever in the water. But like something came out of the water. She gets this. And so like, those things start to boost her confidence of like, I was made for this. This is part of my journey here. But she slowly learns about the Valg. I think they have a showdown with one of them. Has no idea that Dorian's been taken over by one. It's just crazy to think about all the crap that's going down over there that she has no idea about.
And she and Rowan, like their relationship, I did appreciate, because they hated each other, and then you start to see a mutual respect formed, and then he has to like actually take care of her, which is very interesting. And one quote that I wanted to point out because everyone loves, and I think it's so funny, is when he sees he's taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a tub, which also they're very, very
Free.
yeah. I was gonna say like there's no forced romance here.
No.
But he sees her literally in a tub, and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And it goes, and he just sees the scars, and immediately says, like, of course, the whole like, I'll read it.
Mm-hmm.
It says like his breath caught harsh enough that she looked over her shoulder, but his eyes weren't on her face or the water there on her bare back. Curled as she was against her knees, he could see the whole expanse of ruined flesh, each scar from the lashing. And he said, "Who did that to you?" And people love to compare that to what Kale said in the earlier books. And he said, "What did you do to deserve that?"
Yeah.
And like I'm a Kale lover. Like he has his redemption, love him, whatever. And I love Rowan, but it's just so interesting, the comparison.
Yeah.
And you're like, if you didn't already kind of love Rowan, you're like, okay.
Exactly.
The man you are, okay.
You get the sense of like
I'm buckled in.
I'm gonna tear down the world on whoever did that to you. Whereas Kale is like, well, what did you do? Yeah, he was upset by it. But yeah, like you just know immediately this is the kind of person she needs.
Yeah. Which is exactly that. They have their battle. They are able to do that weird thing where they can take their powers together.
Yeah, her Karen Mai,
something weird like that. Name.
Yeah, and it's like something that like not many people will ever find someone in their life who can be that, but they can draw their like because they talk about they can spend their magic to the point where they don't have any left, and it'll take them a while to build that energy back up. But if they have their Karen Mai or whatever, they can take and recharge basically, and that's like a super strong bond. So what I think is interesting is that there was a little bit of like a romantic sexual tension, but more of it was just like he is like almost like her soulmate in terms of like her best friend, like somebody who truly understands her.
It's giving like we were best friends and then we fell in love type of relationship.
And it's what she needs. So love that for her. But then you learn a little bit about Rowan, and he did have his wife,
Lyria.
And he's carrying a lot of trauma because she was killed while he was in war, or he went off to war.
He was sent off because his blood oath is to Maeve, and I think he was sent off on some mission, whatever, war related, and she was pregnant while he was gone. She was attacked, killed.
And so he's just got this sense of like, I should have been there. I should have done something to prevent that and to keep her safe. And then I think it's in this one that you learn that he's got other friends that are also in an oath with Maeve, but they come to him when they have these traumas and stuff, and he tattoos them.
Yes, with
like
the story.
Like a memory of it. It's not a scar. It gives it's a part
like
of you.
The Maori and how they tattoo their lives.
Yes.
Like different accomplishments or milestones.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's not something that like you're ashamed of. Like this is a part of me. This is my story. It's made me who I am. And so Aelin sees that and she has like this great respect for it. Also, Rowan transforms into an owl, which I think is awesome. Owls are my favorite.
There's so many funny memes about him as a bird.
So
and then my favorite scene happens.
What's your favorite scene?
When they go back to Maeve.
Oh, yeah. So
love that.
He has a blood oath to Maeve, which means he cannot do anything without her permission. There's no leaving and going off on missions with Aelin or whatever without her permission. And they know like she's not going to let that happen.
I don't know.
So go ahead, you tell it since it's your favorite.
So they go to approach Maeve to say like, one, Aelin's done it, she's shown her power, she can channel it, blah blah blah. And Aelin's got this trick up her sleeve because she has a ring that she got from the ghosts, right? Down in her cellar, her passageway.
Yes.
That she Maeve is obviously interested in. And so she says like, I'll give this like to you, blah blah blah. Anyway, moral of the story is this is when we learn how Maeve's a bitch.
Yeah.
And Maeve is like, I don't remember exactly what Maeve says to piss Aelin off so much and how we learn that she is a bitch. But she's basically like, you're a brat. I'm taking that ring, blah, blah, blah. And Aelin says, I'm going to burn your city down or something. And she's like, my city is made of stone. And she's like, but your people aren't. I remember that vividly. And I can't remember what Maeve says to piss her off so much. But this is when you learn that Maeve is not on Aelin's side. She's not going to give her the information. She gives her a little bit of information about the word keys. Like a little bit.
She's not necessarily like on the King of Adarlan side. She's on her own side.
Yeah.
She's out for like having certain artifacts that will help her maybe make some sort of agreement with the Valg.
Yes. And so, yeah. And crazy. So, bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Be the charm.
Okay. Anywho, this is when Aelin's like, all right, I'm outie. And Maeve, she gets Maeve, whatever, to break Rowan's blood oath.
Yeah.
Breaks the blood oath. And then this is my favorite part. I know, I retold that really well. Well, let me find it.
But you've read it, so you understand.
Yeah. So anyway,
you read it.
This is when. Oh yeah, she's like, Rowan, you're free. This is great. You're free now. And he's like, no, I'm not. And she's like, do not do this. And by the way, they're like communicating through their eyes and their minds and stuff. So you're like, okay, you guys are soulmates in a friend way or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is when Rowan's like, no, you got to trust me on this. And Aelin's like, what are you doing? And that's when he takes the blood oath for Aelin. But he says all the big quotes, I feel like, are on this page. And he says, I claim you, Aelin, to whatever end, which is repetitive. And then he says, together, Fireheart, we'll find a way. And then this is when he takes the oath, the blood oath to be loyal to Aelin. And you're just like, oh my God.
I know.
I wish someone would take a blood oath for me.
Tonight, you're going to say to your husband, how come you've never taken a blood oath?
He's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Stop reading those books. But I saw
a meme yesterday that says, the books that you like, the romance that you read about is the kind that you want in your life.
Makes sense.
So maybe we should leave certain pages open.
Probably. He would be like, shut your book. Why do you leave this open?
Exactly.
But this is when, I don't know, it's just Rowan the whole time. You know he's faithful to her and like he has her best interest. But this is when you're like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, there's no breaking it. You just realize that, like, so, and again, him doing that to her, it's not really romantic. It's like I said, like they're soulmates.
Yes.
It's this bond that's so much deeper than I think you're hot.
Yes.
You know? And so it's this fierce loyalty, and beyond that, it's him seeing who she is without her even knowing who she is. She hasn't even fully come into herself. She hasn't even fully built up her confidence of who she's going to be. He already sees it.
He sees it and he trusts her.
Yes, he trusts it implicitly.
Yeah.
And so it's just it's a really wonderful moment for her, you know. Like you're just so happy that she finally has somebody who's not questioning everything.
Yeah.
I mean, even Sam saw things in her, but he did question, you know, but he didn't know who she was, and he knows her.
And Dorian and Kale, they didn't know her.
Exactly. He knows who she is, and she tells him everything of what's happened to her. So he's seen the good, the bad, the ugly.
Love him.
It's great. I hope it continues to be great, but I have a feeling bad things are coming for that. So just be quiet. But yeah, and then I don't even think we talked about it, but you're here, so you know it. But her power is fire.
Oh yeah, Fire.
Heir of Fire.
Yeah. Ew.
So she can summon fire, and the wind, like wind sometimes helps like either cool her off or like push it down.
Yeah.
Or it can help like add more fuel to it.
And he's
so,
got just the shifting abilities.
Yeah, like they're this perfect mix because at one point she does almost burn herself out.
And he's able
to cool her down before he gets her to. It's just that they're meant to be, which is interesting because I feel a little something about it. Like, again, right now it's not super romantic, but he had a mate. And so he is feeling guilt about this connection that he feels with Aelin because he had a mate. And so I'm just curious about like how that works. And maybe I'm just thinking too much about ACOTAR rules. But like when someone has a mate, well, what, you know something and you can't say it? Okay. I hate when you do that. Okay. Does that get explained?
Yeah.
Was that not his mate then?
I don't know.
Okay.
I all of a sudden forgot.
Okay.
All I know is when you're saying these things out loud, all I can think about is like Kingdom of Ash is gonna have to be like a 3-part series. Empire of Storm is gonna be like 2-part. Like there's so
the tandem much. I think are gonna have to be several parts. So much. Because I don't even know how to break that down yet. Because I'm reading the 2 books at a time. It is like it's one book. Ugh. But I have to say, I'm loving reading it as a tandem. Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly having to check, be like, okay, yeah, I stop at this chapter, right? Yeah. But I love like this back and forth, like, oh, now this is happening while he's there, and and Kale's here. So God help me, I love it, and I haven't been able to read as much as I have this summer because work, but part of me wants it to keep going slowly because I'm loving it so much. But another part of me, I'm having like this FOMO because I'm seeing all these other fantasy books and series that I really want to read. And I've got like 6 on my dresser, but it's, what a trouble life to have about wanting to read more books.
So you want to hear some 1-star reviews?
Yeah. I can't believe anybody gave this a 1-star.
I'm telling you, every time I pull up 1-stars, it's from like 2019 or later.
There can't be that many.
This one I appreciate. It's funny for me for some reason. So they didn't finish it at 25% in.
Oh.
Said I quit. I'm done. Seriously, I tried. God's know I tried, but I can't anymore. I'm not normally the unpopular opinion side, but these books are just no. I don't really care about Selena/Aelin or whatever the F her name is, much less about Kale or that dude Rowan. No, this is the part I liked. The only one I really care about is my precious cinnamon roll Dorian. And he's the one who doesn't get a lot of attention, so I'm done. I just like my precious cinnamon roll. And then this one, I didn't read the whole thing, but at the bottom, it was like the book. It was starring. They called Selena, whatever, Celery the whole time. Celery the aardvark. Oh no, she's burning out. Edward Cullen, but worse.
Oh no.
And it's just like all these things. Oh my God, they're
at least they're funny.
Some of them, yeah, a lot of them are good.
They're funny.
But yeah, some people just said it was dull, and a lot of complaints about the chapters of the witches felt so pointless. And here's the problem: is all these people I think stopped. They didn't finish the series.
Oh man.
But those were.
I'm so curious why. Maybe because I just like witches, but I could sense that it wasn't so important. I loved her chapters.
Unless they've had bad experiences with authors doing something like that, it's like there's obviously a reason.
At some point things are going to interweave. So let's see. We already talked about like our favorite moments. Mine are definitely Manon, Abraxos. He is. Wish they made like Abraxos like stuffies. I would buy one for sure and like hold it while I read.
Comfort.
Maybe somebody out there will make it. Whose arc in this story or in this book do you think hit you the hardest? Was it Aelin, Rowan, Dorian, or Manon?
Not Manon quite yet. Dorian, I felt bad for him, but also Dorian maybe I would answer like later on. I don't know. I think Rowan and Aelin as a pair.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Rowan is new, but just like the transformation they go through together. I don't know. What do you think?
I would say Aelin because she really had to accept herself, and it's just sad when someone can't be okay with who they are and feel like they have to hide so much of themselves, why I love Rowan so much, because he allows her to be like, you can be okay with yourself. So I really, really loved that one, and I am definitely Team Rowan for now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anything changes. So we've got one little game, and it's like all these like ABCD type questions of who would you be. So based on your answer, it's one of these characters. So the first question is, your wyvern accidentally eats your dinner. What do you do? Do you teach it to kill better next time? Do you cry a little, then read with it? Do you set the whole camp on fire? Or do you apologize to yourself because you are the wyvern?
Out of these options, I don't know. I think I would teach it to kill better next time.
Same.
I don't mess around with my food, though. I like get so pissed if my husband eats my food.
Yeah. Same, because I prep everything to be certain things, but I'm definitely not going to cry about it. And I don't, well, wait a second. Maybe I would set the whole camp on fire. I told you my hormones are hormoning.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty irritable. So I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
The next one is, you're assigned a training partner by Queen Maeve. Who do you hope it is? Rowan, hot but terrifying. Aelin, or Edian, whatever you call him, loyal and good with banter. Kale, with scowl but might bring snacks. And Maeve, just to mess with her. Who are you training with?
Honestly, because I've seen Rowan's technique, I might be like, no, thank you. I'll just admire you from the side. I think I might go with Kale.
Kale, huh?
Yeah.
I think I would go with cousin.
Yeah.
Aiden. I think he would make it enjoyable.
I think I went with Kale because of the snacks, and also I do find him attractive, so like that helps.
I think the cousin would be fun. I think he definitely would have some good banter, but the way they describe him in the book, he's very ripped, so I feel like he'd get me there.
Yeah.
I hope. Number 3, if you had one magic ability from the book, which would you choose? Aelin's fire magic, Dorian's ice magic, Manon's it's her dream to shapeshift into a wyvern, or Maeve's power of political manipulation.
I'll go fire for sure.
Fire?
Like, I'm not saying Dorian's not powerful, but I just feel like fire trumps ice.
I'm torn between the fire and the political manipulation.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about current things that I could change. And that might be cool.
I was going more like destruction.
Oh. I'm trying to save the world.
Sorry, I was thinking of like what could destroy the fastest.
Okay. Oops. Don't piss off Kira. All right, last one. Worst roommate in Wendling would be Rowan, because he's broody and judgmental. Maeve, because she'll literally gaslight you. Aelin, she takes up too much closet space. Or Abraxos, loves you, but the smell.
It would go Maeve for sure.
Worst, absolutely. She'd probably kill you.
Oh yeah, like, or you'd wake up and she'd be staring at you or something. Like, that's what I'm picturing. Like,
I feel like she's the type of person that I feel like would slowly poison you over time.
Yes.
Like, she'd just like to see you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Degrade over time.
For sure.
Okay, so this time we didn't do like a super step-by-step summary. But I think at this point, you've read the book, you know what happens. I think it's more fun to talk about these characters, our impressions of them. And
I think with the series going forward, there's too much in each book to even try to attempt to recap, where it's like...
It's just going to highlight some certain points that felt poignant and important to us.
Yeah, so if we jump around...
Sorry about you.
Or if you disagree with our opinion, that's fine. I literally cannot stand the people on TikTok who get into like big book talk arguments, because it's like you have different point of views, and it's like
it's all fun. It's all fun. Like, just have fun with it. That's the way
literally
I see
just reading a book.
Exactly, and we're enjoying it, and we're having fun, and we want to talk about it. We don't want to argue about it. If you have a different point of view or opinion, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear it. So send us your opinions. Maybe you don't like Rowan. Maybe you think they need to be more sexy. I don't know.
I don't like Rowan's long hair, but that's okay.
But okay. It changes.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, let us know who your favorite character was besides Aelin. Like, who's new to the story at this point that you enjoyed. And just sound off in the comments and let us know. And let us know what other things that you'd like us to talk about besides just plot.
Yeah, especially with knowing the series and going forward with Queen of Shadows, the
Yeah, it's
tandem
so
read.
heavy. So,
Yeah.
what are the type of things that you'd want to kind of discuss? I don't think there's a point in going over theories at this point because the other books have come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, although I did hear that Sarah is saying she wants to write more Throne of Glass.
Interesting.
That I'll have an opinion once I read the last one because I thought that was the last one.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But until then, see you next time and thanks for joining us.